This part is gonna make people a little bit upset, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there. There is wrangling out in the streets because we are going through these immigration policies that's going to be deporting illegals into this country. But Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are saying that we need to recruit foreigners. We need to recruit foreigners. All right, let me set the premise here. We need to recruit foreigners that are the best and the brightest to come over here and work in the United States of America. And we need more H-1B visas, not less, and foreign workers. Check it out.
Tonight, as President-elect Donald Trump is preparing for a widespread immigration crackdown when he takes office 25 days from now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday, Musk posted this online saying, "Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be." He later
You got
added,
it,
"I'm
Tracy.
referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning." He's talking about H-1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at 65,000, with another 20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online: "A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers." But that argument is not going over well with Trump's MAGA base, certainly not online. Some of them saying, "We did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers."
So let's stop there. Let's go back to what Vivek Ramaswamy said, okay? A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zack and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Is he wrong or is he right? Is he wrong or is he right? I told you guys, and you guys used to ask me this question all through the pandemic, and you had the opportunity to go to school, and y'all kept telling me and y'all kept asking me, and some of y'all know. Hey, let them know if I'm right. If I'm telling the truth, call me out. If I'm telling the lie, call me out. Either way. Y'all were asking me for years since we had the Millionaire Morning Show, "Anton, should I just take the easy route, go to a boot camp, get a tech certificate, so on and so forth, or should I go back to school?" And I regularly would tell you guys, go to school and master your craft. Go to school and master your craft, because once everything comes to fruition and the rubber meets the road, they're only going to be recruiting and keeping the most valuable of you. And if you are not a master of your craft, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, if you don't have a master's degree, if you're not continuing to level up and reinvest in yourself, because the best way for you to make the most money is to invest in yourself, because you generate the most revenue that you can then put into things that you actually care about, you are going to be in trouble. And they will say, "But Anton, I just want to get my foot in the door." And I said, "Listen, it's not about the job that you have. It's not about the place that you want to be. You have to dress for the job that you want 5 to 10 years from now. What do you want your future to look like? Go to school, get the degree, master your craft, develop the skills and the network, and run up a bag. You'll never ever need for anything or want for anything." And one of the reasons why that is necessary is because there are people all over the world that is doing exactly that. We are not in a competition just in the United States of America. I'll answer this question, for example. Why can't you master your craft without a degree? You can do whatever you want to do. That does not determine what the employers or the people that is able to sift through and find the best talent available are looking for. All right, let me break it down from a C student's perspective. There's a lot of women that feel like they deserve great men. Why don't I deserve a good man? I cook and clean. But guess what? There are other women that are smarter, younger, fitter, got a better attitude, and they understand that life is a competition. So, in order to put themselves in the best position possible, they do the things that the men want because those are the ones that control access to marriage. If you are a person, an employee that's looking for a job, if you start your own company, do what you want to do. But if you are looking for a job, which means that you have to compete against everybody else, they want the smartest, they want the brightest, they want the most educated, and they want the most talented people on their team. Why? Because they are the employer and you are the employee. So you can sit here and say, "Hey, Anton, why can't I master my craft?" Let me tell you something. I've done videos, and you can go back and look on the Anton Daniels channel. And one of the things that I used to say was, I felt like I was the best at what I did, but I could not get in front of the people that I needed to get in front of until I went back to school and proved myself worthy of getting past those barriers so that I can make myself more marketable to the people that would then give me a chance, and then I can go in and sell myself and show you that I'm the best at what I do. And when I did that and when I made the sacrifice, it just absolutely changed my life. We have to stop taking shortcuts. The fact that you're looking for a shortcut shows your mentality and that you are not the person for the job. There are people that will run rings around you. And what Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy is saying is that we have a cultural issue, number one, and we have a talent drain. We have a whole lot of people that say they in tech, but they call center reps, and that's cool if that's what you want to do, but we need the people to drive innovation and artificial intelligence. We need people to drive innovation when it comes to cloud engineering. We need people to drive innovation and as the thought leaders and could truly take on the capacity instead of always trying to shuck and jab their way into a job and then be trained on what it is that they're supposed to do. What they are saying is that legally, when we are recruiting the people to come into this world, we're not looking for strawberry pickers. We can develop machines to do that. We're looking for people that is the innovators, that is the smartest, and based off of what we see inside of the United States of America today, the jobs that we're actually looking for the most talented people for, you can't find them in America. We don't need Neanderthals sitting in front of a computer saying, And so, if you really want the jobs, if you really want the skill set that will put you in the best position possible, you're going to have to take yourself seriously. Don't tell somebody else to take you serious and you haven't even taken yourself serious. You have to take yourself serious. And people can sit there and complain about all of this stuff in the first place, but this is the thing that we've been preaching with our heart. We've been saying for the longest, listen, we got a cultural norm that is messed up. I've been saying for years, black culture is trash, and people complained about it. And every time we get online, people keep talking about how many bodies they got and how much HIV they keep having to take prep for, instead of focusing on how it is that you can run up a bag and be the most successful. People get mad at people that are successful, and then they will sit out there and go and do the most degenerate behavior and expect for somebody to give them a job and a handout. And they want to work from home. And they don't want to come into the office. So you underemployed, you broke, and you want to still work from home. And you think that the government deserves to give you a handout, and you want reparations, and you want the best women, and you think that you deserve to sit courtside, and you don't like Beyonce's halftime performance, and you hating on people every single day, and you sitting there typing hard in front of the chat. And you mad at your stepdaddy because he keep asking you, do you want some eggs after he just got done busting down your mama. At some point, like something gotta click. Okay, listen, I don't want Melvin inside of my kitchen cooking for my mama. I need to get the heck up out of here. I don't want to subject myself to it. I mean, listen, it was rough and the economy ain't as good as it was supposed to be. And so, I had to move back with my mom, but I don't plan on being here for the rest of my life. So I need to go and get educated. I need to go and get a job. I need to stack. I need to lower my income. I need to make sure that I put more into myself and develop myself so that I can be in a position of power instead of having Melvin, do you want some eggs? You're going to have to stop. I can always tell the people that's dusty. And usually they are the ones that complain the most in the chat. And I don't even have to know you. I know the spirit of dust. The spirit of dust is in the air. The spirit of dust exists around you. And when you look at your life, when you cut off this live stream and you get done getting mad at me inside of the chat, right? And then I go, right, let's play the video. Let's just play the video. Let me make you mad.
Who I should note restricted H-1B visas in his first term, has said on the campaign trail this time around that he did want to make it easier for educated foreigners to work in the U.S.
What I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country.
My political sources tonight are former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, CNN political commentator and Republican strategist Shermichael Singleton, and also CNN economics and political commentator Catherine Rampell. And Catherine, you have covered this issue for a long time. Can you just lay out what we're looking at here in this divide between what Elon Musk says he thinks would be the best for the United States and why we are seeing something that we have not seen, frankly, almost at all lately, which is a lot of people in the MAGA universe outright disagreeing with him, arguing with him, and breaking with him online.
So Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Anton, why are you always showing off? Let me make you mad. This is what I call the downtown collection, all right? We got multiple different things, but this is what I call the downtown collection, all right? This is the downtown collection. This is what I select through if I decide that I want to go with the downtown collection, right? And so you sitting there, you looking at me and saying, well, Anton, why do you always got to have one presidential? Why you got to have two presidentials? Why you got to have three presidentials? Why you got to have so many? Why do you have only one set of collection and that collection as Rolexes? This is the downtown collection, all right? So I like this one. I'm gonna make you really mad right now. I like this one, right? This is one of my favorite. This is the rose gold presidential. Okay. But sometimes I like to go back old school because I'm an old school guy. And then I go with the yellow gold day date. And you know why I do it? You know why I do it? Because I can. Because I can. This is one of my favorites. I like to call this one a root beer. All right. I don't wear it often, but you got to have certain things, but it's got um rose gold around it, and then you got the root beer front. All right. This one is what I like to call go getter. This is the go getter. Because women like shiny things, they like blue. They like blue. This is the go getter right here, all right? But sometimes you want to go classic. And so when you're in certain rooms, you decide that you want to go classic. So you'll go with the straight up sub. This is my baby right here. This is one of my favorites of all times. All right. And then if you just really want to go plain Jane, sometimes you'll go with that one. Okay. You just go with the basic one or whatever. You just go with the basic one. Okay. Now, some people are gonna get mad and they're gonna say, "What does this have to do with anything?" Whatever. Well, the reason why we do this is because we want to inspire you to do something greater for yourself and stop being dusty. I don't want the spirit of dust to take you over and to control you. What I'm trying to tell you is that it's always better to have options. And the reason why you're sitting here complaining about what Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy is saying is because they're basically saying that there's better options than what's available than here in the United States of America. And so if you want to compete, if you want the jobs, what you don't know is that they prefer to hire American, but there's a shortage of the jobs that's actually going to pay the highest amount of money. There's a shortage of the jobs that is going to pay the highest amount of money. And instead of you putting yourself in a position to take advantage of that, you just gonna sit there and complain about it the whole time. Listen, sitting there complaining and doing nothing is not going to get you anything. It is never going to help you to be more successful. You can complain, you can whine about it, and when you cut off the computer, I'm gonna go and figure out if I want to rock with the downtown collection or I want to go with the suburban collection. Downtown collection or the suburban collection. That's what we trying to figure out today.
In this particular case, I think are exactly right. America's ability to attract
Somebody
talent
said
from
they
around
all
the
look like a
world
Timex to me. That's not what she said. That's not what she said.
is basically our economic superpower. Uh, the fact that, in particular, we've been able to attract high skilled immigrants quite reliably in this country over the past century or so is why we have this enduring leadership in science, tech, and business. So, just as an example, of all Fortune 500 companies, about half of them were founded by immigrants or the children of immigrants. And of the Nobel laureates, American Nobel laureates who have received prizes.
Somebody says they don't want to pay American tech workers their worth. They want cheap foreign tech workers. That is not true. They will pay you a king's ransom. They will pay you a king's ransom. Do you know how hard it is to find somebody? And it's not just tech workers, they need specialized skill sets. Specialized skill sets. They want the best and the brightest. You know why? Because in other places they have the best and the brightest and they have to continue to compete. This don't have nothing to do. You can name your price when you get to certain spaces. They will give you everything that you want. I don't know where you learned that from. I don't know who told you that, David, but that is the biggest lie that I've ever seen in my entire life. Guess what? People that are worth money get paid what they're worth or more than what they're worth. Anybody that is worth their weight in salt, they don't have to beg, they name their price. People throw money to people. They recruit you. When you get to the point to where you don't have to apply for jobs anymore, but you get recruited, that's how you know that you're getting paid your worth. Your worth is according to whatever the market dictates. It has nothing to do with cheap labor. It has nothing to do with cheap labor. If you are not getting what you think you're worth, then that means you're not worth as much as you think you are. You're not worth how much you think you are.
For the hard sciences this century, about 40% of them are immigrants who came to this country. So, again, this is our superpower. And I'm very glad that Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy recognize it. I very much hope that they are able to influence Donald Trump on this particular issue, but I'm doubtful about it because, just as you mentioned, in his first term, Trump was actually quite hostile to legal immigrants, in particular, by the way, high skilled.
Listen, this is so funny to me right here. David says, I work in tech actually. What does that mean to me? You work in it, I hire for it. We recruit them. We go and find the best everywhere. You work in it, we look for it. We look for the emerging technologies and we find the people that are the best at what they do. And we not looking for people that just took a boot camp. If you are worth your weight in gold, you will make an egregious amount of money and there is no shortage of opportunities for you. Everybody say they work in tech. I don't even believe half of y'all that say that y'all work in tech. Y'all just be talking half the time. I don't care nothing about what y'all say. I don't care nothing about what y'all say. I know exactly how the process goes. I know exactly what the interview process is. What do you mean? I already got offers on the table for possibly going to other companies of people that are recruiting me because I already announced that I was leaving a company that I'm at on the 31st of this year. I haven't applied for a job in years.
legal immigrants. He made it really hard for them to come here, not just those who wanted work authorization, international students who cross subsidize American students, by the way. He basically harassed them and made it very difficult for them to keep their legal documents in order. That's because, as much as Trump has said, oh, he only objects to illegal immigration, he's very much in favor of legal immigration. His policies don't bear that out. And that's partly because Stephen Miller is the one who was the architect of Donald Trump's immigration policies last time around and will probably do so again this time around, and is unlikely to adopt the sort of Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy view of things.
Yeah, Stephen Miller's getting a huge job in the West Wing. He's been around Trump for the 4 years he was out of office.
Warring Angel, I knew you was slow. I knew you was slow. Because, if I look at my computer, the E ain't even by the A. And I be saying you say some crazy stuff all the time on all of the platforms. And the fact that you even asking, can you get an attack? Well, first of all, I don't even know where TAC is. Without a degree, I don't even know what you're talking about. Why are y'all trying to be dusty? Why are y'all trying to be dusty? Why are you trying to be the lowest on the totem pole? What is wrong with this culture? What is wrong with this culture? Why don't y'all take y'all musty behinds and go to school and actually study something other than African American studies and learn how to type appropriately? Why are y'all trying to be dusty? We better than this. You're smarter than this. And you need to put a question mark. Why do I have to give him grace? And he say some of the wildest things as though we already getting to it. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. Don't be mad, y'all. That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't be mad. You got to learn how to compete. Don't be mad. You have to learn how to compete. All right. It's not about whether or not, oh my God, I can't. I adjust to the circumstances and we run it up. I adjust to the circumstances and then I run it up. I don't care about what it is that people are talking about. My thing is, I am going to make sure that I get to the bag and that my family is going to get to the bag.